I hauled this skate, and did anyone else notice that turret just kind of lagged in the air for a while, and then just magically appeared on the floor? And I know what you're thinking, it's probably ping. No, that was a recording of the battle, which means ping is irrelevant, because it was a replay. So, yeah, fun glitch. Did make me laugh. Irrelevant to the video. Hi all, this is Skate, and this is the IV Schmalturm, or PZS as I'm just going to call it in this video. And I'm going to be honest with you, I shrugged this tank off. I always have. I basically went, I got a Cromwell B, I don't really care about any other medium which is insignificant and inferior in comparison to my Cromwell B. So I always shrugged this thing off. And then obviously I went to Tank Fest and they gave me a abundance of codes, and I went, ooh, do you know what, I haven't got it. Never bothered with it. Always shrugged it off. I'll buy it. Oh, I am quite happy to hold my hands up and go, I made a mistake. This is good. This is very good. It's one hell of a machine. And I was totally wrong. It's one hell of a tank. I mean, it's really good. It quite comfortably will rival, and in many circumstances, pull the pants down on a Cromwell B. It really would. I mean, let's do a comparative to the infamous Cromwell B, because this thing has 200 DPM more. It has better penetration, only by 5mm, but it's still better. It has an unreal aim time, and it has better accuracy. In fact, the gun on this thing, I think, is incredible. It's incredibly accurate, and it's incredibly quick aiming. It's hard to argue why anyone would miss shots in it. I would laugh so much if I missed that shot then. But yeah, the accuracy is phenomenal. Combine that with 925 meters per second of shell velocity, in comparison to, for example, a Cromwell B 785. Shots go where you point them at, whether you're playing long range, medium range, or short range. It doesn't matter. Where you shoot, it will hit. It's amazing. It's got premium ammunition, but to be honest, I rarely found myself using it with this tank. 194mm penetration on the premium, which only drops you to 1849 DPM, which isn't a significant drop. It's not, well, it's not the end of the world if you spam it. But you don't need to. You never need to. 150mm with an incredibly accurate, fast-firing, fast-aiming gun. You have no need whatsoever to use it, really. Even when it comes to tier 7 heavies, you can quite comfortably, with 150mm, accurately aim at weak spots all day long. The only area the gun handling is not beaten on the Cromwell is not even gun handling, it's just the gun depression. But this still has a very, very respectable 10 degrees of gun depression. That's more than comfortable. Cromwell B's got that ridiculous 13 degrees of gun depression. But 10 on this, absolutely fine. Combine that with that wicked gun. Stupidly fast firing, stupid good aim time. It's just, what a gun. It just sings. And I cannot believe how wrong I was just judging this tank and going, shrug it off. It's not as mobile, granted. I will say that. It's not as mobile as the Cromwell B. The sacrifice is, it's not the same playstyle. This thing, you can hunker down in a very long-range spot, comfortably and quietly and happily fire away, over and over and over. It's just so easy with this thing. But where this thing really does shine, I honestly think, is hold down positions. You hold down on a Cromwell using your gun depression just so you don't get shot, because you've only got 64mm of hull armor on the front and 76 on the front of the turret. This thing has 80 on the front of the hull, but it has 120 on the front of the turret. When you're using your gun depression on this tank in a hull down position, that turret becomes very, very bouncy. I mean, the gun mantlet is nigh on impenetrable by any equal or higher tier tank you will come across in this thing, and that's just the gun mantlet. Effective thickness on the area around the gun, on the front plate, the cheeks of that basically, you're looking around 136 to around 140 effective thickness using the full 10 degrees. The cheeks then, the actual outer areas of the turret, when you're in a hold down position, around 300. In other words, the only place you penetrate in is through the front, and if it's an equal tier medium, it's going to struggle at that with it. So, it's very good hold down. Very, very good. The trick is to keep moving when you hold down. If you sit still, then they can aim in on those spots. If you're not sitting still, then it's a struggle to aim in. There's a good chance they're going to hit that impenetrable mantlet, and there's a good chance they will hit the cheeks. Those cheeks, by the way, only that crazy effective front on. The more you turn the turret to the side, they only actually have 60 mil. It's just thanks to excessively angry, aggressive sloping that gives it that crazy effective thickness. But yeah, I honestly cannot believe how wrong I was on this tank. It's just great. Granted, it's a premium tank, so a part of me should just go, I'm not surprised. But yeah, always shrugged this one off. I literally always shrugged this tank off. And to be honest, I had a Cromwell B, like I said, and that's why I compared it to that one, because the Cromwell B is kind of the daddy of medium tanks at tier 6. Well, I gotta say, it's kind of not anymore. Yes, this doesn't have exactly the same playstyle. You can be a lot more mobile with a Cromwell B. But you kind of don't need to with this thing, because you've got the accuracy. You can just pin those shells in where you need them to go. And comfortably do that. With a Cromwell B, you sometimes cannot sit hull down like this when people are rushing you. Because that and every other shot which I've received would have gone into my Cromwell B with no concern whatsoever. So yeah, I don't really have any bad word to say against this tank. And there's a new rival for the Cromwell B, which I have completely shrugged off due to my own ignorance. I haven't now. I'm definitely going to be playing this thing. And I don't know if you can tell from the Chaffee video I put on and this video, I'm going to start putting some more low tier stuff on as well. Because I noticed recently that I like playing tier 10 a lot. And as a result, I've spent a lot of time producing videos for tier 10. Because that's where I spend the vast majority of my time. So I think I need to start making some low tier content as well. Because low tier can feel so much more relaxed. And that's something I didn't expect. I just expected it to stress me out more, because you'd go, there's more room for improvement, should we say. But no, I've actually really enjoyed playing these lower tier tanks, so I've got to start putting some more footage and replays of these lower tier tanks on. Any suggestions, what ones you want me to look at, make a video on from some lower tiers? Don't go saying tier 1, for the love of God. Chuck them in the comments and I will jump on those tanks, because it's been a while since I played a lot of lower tier tanks, so I'm going to be running through a load. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.